Okay, let's jump over to residential. Okay, first of all, in the residential code, there's an exempt from building permit clause in chapter 1 of the code, and I don't have this in a slide here. A detached accessory structure of 200 square feet or less, and not over 10 feet in height, measured from the floor to the midpoint of the roof, you do not need a building permit. However, in the same exempt from permit exception, it also says that a permit for re-roofing a house is not required if the roofing does not exceed 30% of the required live load, or the roof isn't required to be fire resistive, and it's not any wildfire hazard area. So now let's do the math on that. 25 pounds per square foot is our required live load. 30% of that is only 7.5 pounds. So if the Ecoroof system weighs more than 7.5 pounds, a permit is required. All except yours, Tom.
No. So it's grandfathered in. Huh? No, but my house was built in 1919. Was the snow load in 1919 25 pounds, or was it, do you know, or was there any snow load on the old buildings, old houses? No,
I'm not really sure on that. I wasn't around in 19.
Okay, so there's kind of an assumption.
In fact, our city, the residential code, there wasn't one back then. I'm not really
well, no wonder
sure
I didn't get a permit.
I'm not really.
It was tradition.
I'm not really sure what the answer is.
Okay.
Yes.
My garage was built in 2002, and it was designed to support an Ecoroof. It was designed for an Ecoroof, but I am just getting around to it now. Do I need to re-permit?
What we will probably do at the permit center is look it up in microfilm and make sure that it can take that load. There used to be a time when we would microfilm not only all the drawings, but also all the calcs too. But because they're trying to save money through the bureau and everything, we no longer microfilm calcs. But I mean, all it would take is somebody like me to look at what your roof is and make sure it can take that extra the extra weight.
Do I just come in and ask that, or do I apply for a permit?
Just come on down to the permit center, and we can help you with that. I mean, because if you don't need a building permit, you wouldn't even need to really come down.
Should she bring her plans in with her?
That would be most helpful.
Of course, if that ballot measure passes, then all bets are off, right?
Correct. Okay. Most likely, the roof will need some modification to be able to support the additional load. Like if you have a flat roof and it's framed with 2x10s, and I don't know it might just mean you might have to go and double up, joists to make it work. Somebody will need to provide calcs of the roof framing members and identify the scope of work needed to modify the roof structure. Inspection would be the same as the commercial project, except inspection would be performed by our combo inspectors. Our combo inspectors, that's a fancy word for the residential inspectors, because they are certified to not only inspect the structure of it, but the mechanical, plumbing, and electrical too. That's why we call them combo, because they inspect a combination of things. And this is the chart that that you saw last week. I just wanted to put this back in there to note that there's the double asterisk behind pumice and peat and perlite, and I just wanted to say that when these materials are dry, these things can float until they come completely saturated. And if they can float, that means if they've been dried out on the roof and we get a big rain, they're gonna just pop right up, and they may be subject to scour. To compensate for that, you might want to just put a half inch or an inch of gravel ballast on top. And with that, I think that's it.